The Knicks postgame show is presented by Tri-State Audi. Visit your Tri-State area Audi dealer today. Tonight in Memphis, Karl Anthony Towns, second triple-double as a Knick. Fifth of his career, goes for 20, 11, and 11. Memphis got within 3 after being down by 22 in the first half, but the Knicks prevail. Cat with his 10th assist to OG Anunoby. Anunoby had a team-high 25, and the Knicks prevail over Memphis, snapping their 3-game losing streak, 130 to 119. Great to have you with us here from our Delta Embassy studios. Bill Pidto along with Alan Hahn and Wally Szczerbiak. No Jalen Brunson, no Deuce McBride. Mitchell Robinson sitting out the second of a back-to-back. The Knicks seem to be pretty much in control. They never trailed, but Memphis did get within 3. A little bit nervous there in the third quarter, but you got the sense the Knicks were just playing with them most of the game. They had their way most of the night here.
And they were managing minutes tonight as well, with Josh Hart playing only 25 minutes. Karl Anthony Towns really didn't play a lot in that second half at all until he got in later in the game and made sure he got to that triple-double. But, you know, it was a lot of minutes for OG Anunoby, who had a good game, got himself on track. And Mikal Bridges, we were wondering who would step up, right, offensively with no Jalen Brunson. And the answer is pretty much everybody.
Yeah, that was a good thing. The offense was outstanding. You mentioned in the first quarter, 48 points to start the first quarter. Shot like 85% from the first quarter, only missed 2 shots. So they got off to a really good start. And, hey, you just got to bank wins however you get them. They need wins. At the end of this season, you can tell this team emotionally is a little bit drained, but you get a win that you really needed. You hold on to that third place, and you kind of move on to the Chicago Bulls on Friday. So hopefully Jalen Brunson's okay. You need him back in the lineup. But Towns, a nice performance with the triple-double.
All right, you mentioned the first quarter. Knicks 48 first-quarter points, tied for the most points they've ever scored in the first quarter in franchise history. Alan, tonight's thrilling moment brought to you by FanDuel Casino. Get your thrill on.
The ball movement is what we noticed right from the very first play, which will we have the first play on the Wally Wall?
Yeah.
Right? That was a beautiful first play.
An alley-oop to Anunoby.
But think about it, 14 assists on 17 made field goals in that first quarter. Caring and sharing, as Clyde likes to say. And that was a lot of that going on in that first quarter, Wally. It was what, again, you needed to see when you don't have your star player out there breaking down a defense.
Yeah, and Alvarado at the point guard position was pushing it up the floor. A lot of possessions. That's how you score 48 points.
That's right.
You push the ball quickly. You take quick shots. You get into your offense quick. As a result, you get your hands on the ball more times. And, the Knicks offense was really flowing, taking advantage of no shot blocking either from Memphis because they were getting everything right in the paint.
No rim protection.
Knicks also scored 79 points in the first half. That's their highest scoring first half of the season. Steve Novak helped call the game tonight with Tyler Murray. Steve, great to see you as always. What do you think tonight?
Well, I think it was the response we expected to see. And look, this isn't the Oklahoma City Thunder. This is the Memphis Grizzlies. But I think if this team didn't come out and play the way that they did, we'd be saying, look, now we're really in a hole. There's 4 losses in a row. And so I think the reality is there was a lot of rhythm that was gotten from this game. To see Cat with a triple-double, to see Bridges, to see OG. And honestly, you go down the list, even Huck Porty came in, played good minutes. Alvarado, I thought, played a good game. Tyler Kolek, to see Landry Shamet back out there. And so I realize I've just said pretty much everyone's name on the roster, but I think that is the point of a game like this, is you want to have guys getting in, getting minutes. Coach Brown was intentional with it, and so I don't think we need to make too much more of it other than, look, the Knicks have won 8 of their last 11 games. Yes, there was a 3-game losing streak in there. There's 5 games left in the season, which is crazy to say, but the performance we expected, and I think it's great that the guys are back in rhythm.
Steve, what can moving the ball like that do for a team? The way that game started, to me, and that's all we talked about, right? Getting off to a good start. But their offense and the ball movement, the cutting and the trust and all that stuff, like, what can that do for a team?
Well, I just think it's like going to the gym by yourself and you shoot 100 shots and you miss all of them, versus you go to the gym by yourself and you make all of your shots. You feel better leaving the gym when you had a session where you made your shots. And yes, there was no defender in either practice, but the reality is when you're going against the Memphis Grizzlies, you know that the last time you played them, you made 22 threes, you scored over 130 points, and that was what happened again tonight. And so I think you get a rhythm from it. There's a very contagious nature to playing well, to making shots, to playing with pace, and to getting what you want. And so regardless of who it's against, there's obviously plenty good players over on the Memphis Grizzlies. So individual matchups and possessions, you're not thinking, okay, this is a team that hasn't won that many games and we're not going to see them in the playoffs. You're thinking, look, I'm going against Prosper, who's got a big body on him. He's trying to stay in my way, and he's trying to stop me, and I was able to be successful. And so I do think that there is a real rhythm and a confidence that comes from this. And obviously, the next few games are what are going to be telling if that's the case.
Steve, what are your thoughts on Karl Anthony Towns? Point center, pretty much. Knicks were running through the offense, through him, 48 points in that first quarter, and he had his hands on the ball a lot. What were your thoughts on his play tonight?
Well, I do think, in a matchup like tonight where he really was the only 5 man out there on the court, and you could tell he could keep it himself, he could ISO, he could demand the ball every possession, that he did. He really he asserted himself, and I think used his size and stature against the Grizzlies, but he didn't force the offense. I think it was great to see him put the ball, get downhill, try to get to the rim, create some fouls, but he was a distributor. I think he recognized, which is what you want to see in this offense, where the double team is coming from, who the open man is, because this isn't a set-heavy team where you come down and Coach Brown is calling a play every time. He's wanting them to play continuity offense, two-man side, see what kind of advantage you can get and read what the defense gives you. And I thought that's what I saw from Karl Anthony Towns tonight, was him reading what the defense was doing. When there was a double, he made the passes, had 11 assists. When there wasn't a double, he went and attacked and had himself a game.
Steve, thanks so much. Do you have any parting shots or words for Wally?
I just want to know if I get any credit for this win. I was getting blamed for those last
Finally,
3 losses, and
yes.
Wally was.
We were talking about it.
Way to end the season on a win. I love it. And what do you think? I think you could have gotten a dunk in this game if you were running around out there with how open the paint was. I think you could have had one.
You know what? You'd be shocked at how unathletic I really was. I wore that invisible belt, and people were like, "This guy can shoot it. He's open. He's making shots." But if you saw me in layup line, I might have been able to impress you, but that's pretty much the extent of it. If I get going too fast, it wasn't going to happen.
Listen, when you're a specialist, you just focus on what you do the best, and that's exactly what you did in your career. So,
hey, great to have you on the MSG Network this season, part of the family. We had a lot of fun, Steve. Hope you enjoy the off season. Okay.
Sounds good. I'll be around. I'll see you guys soon.
All right, Steve Novak, his last game working here on MSG Network, right. And
he's got to get that golf game ready.
He's got a lot of playoff games to attend here in New York first.
That's right.
All right.
That's what he's
Meantime, guys, we're talking Karl Anthony Towns. We mentioned 20, 11, and 11. His 5th career triple-double, second as a Knick. Breathe like a winner, presented by Blue Air. Made the most, Allen. Didn't play a ton of minutes, especially in the second half.
Yeah, didn't have to breathe too heavy in this game, did he? Because he didn't have to play a lot of minutes. Played under 30 minutes in this game. You saw in the second half, they really managed it. He only played 4 minutes in the third quarter. I mean, we said this at the beginning of the game. My stat to watch was 6'9", which is the tallest players that Memphis had in this game.
That was a good one.
And it just showed early on. He knew he could attack the rim when he wanted to. He could also see, look at these finishes, Wally.
Awesome.
And he could see over defenses to become a facilitator at the top of the offense. That was a huge part of it as well.
I'm just checking if you're doing your research. How many turnovers did he have?
He had 7.
Okay, he's doing his research.
When you have the ball in your hands a lot,
I'm cool with it.
Happen.
He's trying to create stuff, no problem. Overall, though, 19 turnovers for the Knicks.
That was not good.
Not good.
Yeah.
You miss Jalen Brunson a little bit. He organizes the offense. He takes care of the basketball. That's one of the things.
Yeah, let's not make the mistake of this looked good without Jalen Brunson.
Right.
Let's not make that mistake.
100%.
Let's notice that they can function without Jalen Brunson, but it's a lot harder without him.
Exactly.
And you're also going up against a Grizzlies team that the tallest guy was 6'9".
Right.
So when you needed a bucket, just go to the basket.
And Mikal Bridges helped the offense. First 20-point game since March 1st, so maybe the first of the month. Mm-hmm. Good for him. He had 24. I mentioned Cat with the 20, OG 25, and Bridges 24.
It was, again, the balance with this team was excellent from the beginning. And we were asking this question, is who's going to step up? And early in the game, you could see that Bridges was aggressive. He was trying to play a higher tempo, but I just felt like, Wally, he wasn't passing up shots. He was looking for shots. And he was finding himself in this offense because he kept moving.
Yeah, no, this is a great performance.
He had 2 dunks.
Yeah, 24 points, attacking the basket. And, this is something that's really good for him and his confidence to get going because he has the capability, back to when he played for Brooklyn, he averaged over 20 points a game. So he can be an impact scorer. And there you see the Iron Man list just continuing.
Passes Andre Miller for 8th, guys. Yeah. 8th longest streak in the history of the league, 633.
So next season, Harry the Horse, Harry Gallatin, that's the former Knick. That's who he would pass next. He would have to wait, of course, till next season to do it. And then shortly after that, Bill Laimbeer. He could be, if he keeps this going, 6th at the end of next season.
Unbelievable.
One thing to mention here, guys, Memphis had only 20 rebounds. It's the fewest rebounds for any Knicks opponent ever. Ever.
In the history of the franchise.
history of the Knicks franchise.
That's crazy because there
20
are a ton
rebounds.
of possessions.
Yes.
20 rebounds. And it's tied for the fewest for any team in the league this year. Fewest ever for a Knicks opponent.
Wow.
Knicks out-rebounded them 49-20.
Here's the weird thing is that the Knicks had 20 offensive rebounds.
Wow.
The Grizzlies had 20 rebounds total.
That's wild. Huh?
It is wild.
But 11 team rebounds for the Grizzlies.
And yet, and winning by 11 there is, it's hard to believe. You would think you'd win by 40.
I know.
Like, that's wild.
All right, so the
NBA.
Knicks do what they have to do, get a win. Mike Brown's postgame comments coming up. Boston won tonight, so the Knicks remain 2.5 games behind the Celtics for second. They've now won 49 games on the season.
The Knicks postgame show is presented by Audi. Visit your Tri-State Audi dealer today.
Welcome back. Knicks snapped their 3-game losing skid, beating the Grizzlies 130-119. Over now to the Wally Wall with Allen and Wally, guys.
Well, thank you, Bill. Karl-Anthony Towns had a triple-double in this game, and he had 11 assists. So a playmaker at the center position. We're going to show you a couple of plays where he was finding the open man.
No, this was really good. First quarter, ball was moving, a lot of layups, no shot blockers, and this is just good action. Get the ball in Towns' hands, and once the ball gets into his hands, now freeze it right here. Knicks get into their split action. This is what they do, and look at Landry Shamet. He reads the defense overplaying on the high side, so he goes back door. Towns with the long arms, he can get the shot. The pass down low. This is Clarkson coming. Normally Shamet comes off the double screen for a layup, but he rejects it. This is continuity, what the Knicks do. They don't really call plays, but they have reads, so every single action and set turns into a play with 5-6 different options. That was the layup option to cut down to the basket. Nobody under the basket to protect the basket. Assist for Towns, one of his 11 for his triple-double, and an easy 2 for Landry Shamet, who had a nice return back from injury.
He certainly did. Landry Shamet back from that injury, though, so the Knicks have really all hands on deck to finish the season. More Towns playmaking. Once again, it's his ability to see over the defense.
Yes. And, well, this is actually Alvarado using his speed. And I'll tell you, he adds pace to the Knicks offense when he gets in that. Now, freeze it when Towns gets it. Now, this is the good old pistol play. So coming off the screen comes Alvarado. Towns gets it to him on the handoff. And look at how there's no help back here under the paint. I mean, the Knicks were just lifting all the defense because you got 3 shooters lifted up top. If that's not open for Alvarado, then Towns can go off and run a dribble handoff with Mikal Bridges. But this is good continuity offense, and Alvarado with his speed comes flying off that screen. Yeah, there you go. And gets the easy 2. I mean, these type of plays are big for the Knicks. They stole a lot of easy points under the basket, a lot of points in the paint by just reading the defense the way they were playing them, trying to take away those 3-point shots leads to easy cuts to the basket and easy 2s.
Yeah, fairly easy night for the Knicks, especially at the start of this game. For Mike Brown, he sees his team end a 3-game losing streak, getting back on the winning side. Now 49 wins on the season. Here's the Knicks head coach thoughts presented by Chase.
Good win by our guys. A game like that, it's always tough. You play against a group that is free and just can attack and has nothing to lose, whether they win or lose. It's the game's easy for them, and the coach is doing a good job having those guys play hard, and so you like to see a young team do that. But our guys, at the end of the day, we were good in a lot of areas. Obviously, the 2 areas that we have to do a better job of, or try to continue to clean up, our turnovers. 19 turnovers for 34 points. They were live ball turnovers, which helped them in transition the other way. So we have to do a better job of taking care of the ball. That's why that and our fouling created this to be a tougher ball game than expected for us. So if we did a better job in those areas, the win is a little bit easier, especially going down the stretch. A lot of good performances from our guys. We were able to make it up, in terms of the number of times that they went to the free throw line and our turnovers by offensive rebounding. OG had 3 offensive rebounds. Cat had 6 offensive rebounds. Obviously, Cat had a triple-double tonight, which was great, and especially in 30 minutes of action. And then OG, for him to get 13 rebounds is a big night, big night to get a double-double. We needed every single one of those rebounds, which he's more than capable of doing on a night-in, night-out basis. But our ability to generate second chance opportunities with the 20 offensive rebounds helped us negate the free throw line, but more importantly, our turnover situation. And it was good to get a win. Ariel Huck-Porty was our defensive player of the game. I thought, he came in. He didn't play big minutes, but he came in and he was big for us, especially on that end. I mean, they play 5 guards, and so for us to try to match up with him was a little tough, but Ariel did a fantastic job when he was out on the floor trying to match up with whoever he had in transition, and he had a big verticality for us late that created a missed opportunity for us to go down and score. Yeah. Yeah, and it was a great night. Obviously we had 36 assists on 48 baskets. That's a big night. The ball was moving. There was a stretch where I thought we were trying to create the home run play a little too much, trying to get the assists, which led to turnovers, because the turnovers weren't forced. It was just us trying to get the assist. And, you applaud your guys for trying to take care of one another, but I kept telling them if we just moved it one more time, you might not get the assist. You get the hockey assist, but we're gonna have a chance to score if we keep the ball moving. And our guys tried to do that most of the night. We also had 20 sprays, which was great. We touched the paint, sprayed it 20 times, which we didn't shoot as many threes as we'd like to, but for us to get the looks from the three-point line that we did tonight was really big.
All right, back now to take a look at the standings in the Eastern Conference. As we mentioned in the 150, the Celtics won, Knicks win, Cavs idle, Hawks win, Sixers win, Raptors lose, Hornets idle, Magic lose, Heat lose. But look how tightly stacked it is right now in the Eastern Conference with about 5-6 games to go. Back now from the Corner 3 presented by Michelob Ultra Superior Light Beer. It's going to be really interesting to see who the Knicks play in the first round.
Do you care, when you played, you were on some really, again, the Cavs teams, those Minnesota teams. Did you look at the standings and go, I want to play them?
Not really. I just remember the worst part was we finally got the 4 seed, got home court advantage in Minnesota. We had always lost in the first round, winning 50 games. We got the Lakers with Shaq and Kobe the year after they won the championship. Right. It was like, seriously? That was our first round matchup. So you never know. You just got to play well. You got to worry about what you're doing. Yeah. And you got to play a high level of basketball if you're the Knicks. And then you just prepare for whoever's in front of you. And you never know, too, with how much parity there is, Detroit could go down in the first round.
I think there's a Dragon Slayer at the bottom of the bracket.
Exactly.
There's one team that's going to take somebody out.
If Cade's not healthy in a playoff scenario, all of a sudden you flip and the 1 seed's out and the East is wide open. You never know with this year, I think, in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
The thing is, if you're not in the first or second spot, you know who you're going to play. I don't know if that matters. You don't have to worry about how the play-in works out.
Yeah.
OG Anunoby, big night tonight with 25. And the Knicks beat Memphis by 11.
The Knicks postgame show is presented by Audi. Visit your Tri-State Audi dealer today.
And the Knicks win tonight. Cat with a triple-double, 11 of the Knicks' 36 assists. Here he is now after the game.
I thought we did a great job moving the ball. I thought we did a good job playing with a 0.5 mentality and doing everything we needed to do to beat a good team and a hungry team with a lot of guys trying to prove themselves in this league. So I thought we did a good job of weathering the storm. We understood they're going to play hard, they're going to play well, and we found a way to win.
What was your approach facing so many double and sometimes triple teams?
Trust my teammates, move the ball. When they double in, triple teaming, I understand that one of my teammates, or like you said, triple team, two of my teammates are open. So just staying patient, staying relaxed, and trying to make the right play. Obviously, I'm disappointed. I had the turnovers I had today, but I'm glad that I was able to find my teammates more than not, and we were able to come out with a win.
20-11-11 for Cat, and the Knicks beat Memphis 130-119. Next up for the Knicks, Friday night at home against the Bulls. Our pregame show comes your way at 7, game at 7:30. You can also stream our coverage on the Gotham Sports App. Want more than just a postgame show? Link your eligible TV subscription to stream Knicks games free or subscribe today in the Gotham Sports App. Just go to gothamsports.tv to learn more.